Synth 405.
5, 4.
I'm going to count to
3, 2, 1.
Our top story tonight, Mike Mendoza is back and has lots of music to listen to.
Somebody call a medic! Give it a gas! This town needs an enema.
It's Mike and Andy's Radio Fiasco.
All right. Hey there. Welcome to the show. We're doing something a little different today. I'm calling this an emergency episode. I'm here with Mike Mendoza. Say hello.
Toast.
What?
Toast.
I don't get it.
Toast. I'm doing Mission Impossible 1.
Oh. I haven't seen it in a while.
They have a little sound thing. There's like an audio threshold that the alarm will go off in the hang upside down room, and they do a little test and they go toast, toast, and the little bars go.
Oh, that's right.
Because, you know, every single electronic light that you see in a 90s movie has to have some kind of sound effect.
Yes.
Like when text goes as if it was like a 1930s fucking thinking machine or something.
You know what always affected me, even though you don't actually see it, was Emilio Estevez looking up. So the implication is that those spike things at the top of the elevator went through his mouth.
There is a frame where it is shown in his head.
Yes. Yeah. There's no blood, right? It's just...
Yeah. But you do see it.
Well, then that's why I think that.
Wait, what were you going to say? That you think he does get killed?
Yeah, I'm just now figuring out that maybe his character died.
Spoiler alert! Toast.
So basically what's going on is this. I did have an episode slated, but he's still got to send me some music, and it's been taking me a while, and I realize it's been 10 days since the last one, so that's why this is an emergency episode. Mike was kind enough. I called him while he was watching his daughter. They were out for a walk, and I said, come home and record with me for an hour.
I was getting special cupcakes from me and my wife. We're into this called Sprinkles Cupcakes. I think it's a national brand. And they put out these limited edition cupcakes every now and then, and it's the most bougie thing we do, to spend $5 on a cupcake. Yeah. They're really good cupcakes, and I'm really good at cutting right down the middle. I'm so good at it. I could split a cupcake with my eyes open.
You could go on that German show where they cut the stuff in half and it has to be weighed equal.
Really? Oh, I would dominate.
If it was one specific item.
Yeah. Cupcakes.
If you know what I mean. Listen.
If you know what I mean.
I'm going to crack open a beer.
What kind of beer?
That's Alexander Keith's Pale Ale. So
Pale Ale.
Normally I haven't drank beer in a long time, but the LCBO, the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, is on strike right now, and so they started really beefing up selling beer at the grocery stores and shit. They can sell them in grocery stores for the most part. There's specific, there's the beer store and the liquor store, and they're sort of run by the government, or they're a government entity, but we have one of those governments that wants to privatize everything, so now they're just everyone can sell booze, and so now the other people are on strike. So it's like OCP, it's like RoboCop out there, where all the people in front of the liquor stores.
Okay, why does this make you want to buy beer?
I don't know.
You've just been hearing beer in the news, and you're like, I want to get one.
Yes. So I'm technically a scab here, you know what I mean? All these people are on strike, and in solidarity, I just went and bought beer from the place I'm not supposed to.
Did you buy it from the supermarket, the grocery store?
Yeah, I mean, they are allowed to sell it, so I didn't break, I'm not breaking the picket line.
You bought it from a brewery that sells cans of their own stuff. That's kind of cool because you're supporting the local economy.
Yeah, I'm supporting nothing. So look, today
supporting 8% sales tax, the supermarket.
So the point is, normally on a Radio Fiasco, Mike picks the playlist, but since it's an emergency show,
it's an Andy Fiasco.
Yes, so it's an Andy Fiasco because the next episode is Zach Robinson, and it's all Cobra Kai music. And then the week after that, I think I'm interviewing the guys who did the RoboCop documentary series.
Cool.
Those already have all the music sort of plotted out, and I don't want to do an Andy's playlist warehouse this year, so I want to get through a bunch of songs I have in my playlist. That's what we're gonna do today. That's what we're gonna do today.
Today, are they
Who
the second guest you just said?
So there was a documentary series that came out. It was a 4-part series.
Is that one of those Viceland docs?
No.
'Cause whatever this one production company is, they work with Viceland, and they've been putting out these really cool documentaries about the making of like the history of Batman. Now they're doing the history of Spider-Man. They did Lord of the Rings. It's really cool shit.
It might have started out. Well, I'll find out when I talk to them because I have not asked them too many questions. But it is like an official, like the guys that made the documentary also have like commentary tracks on the new releases of RoboCop and stuff, and they interview everybody. It's a really good series.
Whoa, you're gonna interview Don RoboCop?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. Well, anyway, whatever. The point is, people should watch that
Don
doc.
RoboCop III. My great-grandfather had such a vision of metal and meeting men. Wait, that sounds weird.
That sounds better than the actual RoboCop 3. We got to listen to a song, and then we'll keep chatting. We'll talk about some movie news. How about that? We'll keep it light.
Was RoboCop 3 the one where they painted him like iridescent purpley?
No, that's 2. In part 2, he's kind of bluey purple.
I was watching a clip of Pee Wee Herman at the Oscars, I think.
Yes.
And he's on stage with an ED209.
Mm-hmm.
What a very strange, like it really dates the episode of the Oscars.
But I guess even just Pee Wee Herman being there kind of does.
Yeah, but both of them, that's like when you walk into like an 80s toy store, they might have a business card and some cartoons on it. And like it's like Mr. T and Cabbage Patch Kids and Pee Wee Herman and RoboCop. And like it's just funny to me that Mr. T and Cabbage Patch Kids weren't also on this. Maybe I should watch that whole Oscars. Maybe they were presenting.
Yeah, man.
And now presenting for sound editing, Mr. T and the Cabbage Patch Kids.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm now presenting some cool music, all right? We got to listen to some.
That's fine.
So, look, I got a cool one here from Shirobon. He's a cool guy who was on the show a few seasons ago, and I've been listening to this song. It's a single he put out. I don't think he's put out the album yet, but I dig this song a lot. It's called Breakaway by Shirobon.
searching for the reason, answers that are hidden. I need to break free from my deepest complication. I need to know I'm not alone.
right, and that was Shirobon with the track Break Away. And it is cool, and you dig it, and I dig it. And
yeah, I never told you I dug it.
Whoa.
Fuck Shirobon. Actually, we talked about Shirobon very positively in my Discord. We talk about him nice. I think he put out, he's one of the guys who put out like a sound sample set of PlayStation 1 sounds. Like,
I think I talked to him about that because I think he ripped them from
I'm gonna put a whole album of like the acapella version. Up and down menu. Ding, 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 ding.
Are the It's funny because like it's technically both a good and bad impression. Like, I get what you did.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some stuff.
Look, are you excited? You're a big Twisters fan, or Twister fan, and like Twisters is come out to.
Boom, 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 boom. I told my wife maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, you know, wife, I haven't like really expressed to like. She knows I'm a huge fan. Twister, I love it. It's one of those movies that when it's on TV, I'm watching it. It's one of those movies that like when I think about the DVD, I'm watching it. You know, like Speed.
Yeah.
And I was like, wife, I don't normally nerd out on things. I'm not a big nerd, not a giant collector of things. I have my own stuff that I get into, but I want to tell you out loud that I'm very excited, like supernaturally excited. In the next realm, my ghost is excited that there is a sequel to Twister. I cannot express to you without like going out and buying a soundtrack and posters and like, you know, I don't know, like how do I, but beyond just saying the words, like I'm very, very happy that this is happening and that it's within the same universe. Marketing says none of the old characters will be there, but I like that it's got the same branding. The trailer had like the same camera movement, like the crane shots. Like I feel like the director went from, was it Minari, which is like a super low budget indie sleeper hit at like festivals, and now he's doing this and people gave him shit. They were like, well, you're a sellout. He was like, I mean, isn't this every director's dream, even the indie ones? Let's say Hollywood just called you up randomly and offered you the sequel to, you know, Ghostbusters, you know, you say yes, you'd fucking do it.
Yeah.
And he said something like, even if it's a like a super Hollywood big budget movie, there is still always something that a director can bring to it to try to make it unique if they want to. Like they don't have to be super journeyman and make like Night at the Museum 1 through 3.
I like the way you say journeyman.
What would you say, journeyman?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, you go from apprentice to journeyman.
Yep, you do.
And I like his approach about like, you know, like even if it's IP, you can work with your creative team and your effects team and like figure something out that can be worth it to the fans. And I feel like we were just talking, you and I, before the show, that a lot of people didn't expect it to do so well on Rotten Tomatoes, and the score is at least a 77 right now. And I was saying that the best Legacy sequel, in my opinion, still is Tron Legacy, even if it has its faults. It did what it did for me as a Tron fan, and I'm not going to get my hopes too up, and I never usually do, because these are movies. But I'm super all in on this Twisters thing. And I feel like I'm just going to be so open-minded, and I'm just going to come back and tell you that it was like a 9 out of 10. And then like in 3 weeks, watch it on streaming and say 7, maybe 6.5 out of 10. But like, you know, like my genuine fandom is going to blind me to critical thinking. And I'm just going to sit there with my popcorn, and I'll probably go see it in the D-box.
D-bag.
Seats that go, whoosh, they go left and right and up and down, and they vibrate your ballast.
Nice.
That's pretty much where I am at.
Well, I'll tell you where I'm at is nope.
New song.
Let's listen to a song. But I'm glad you're excited. You're happy. I know you like talking about Twister, and I love hearing about it. And now we're gonna listen to some cool music.
I love hearing about it.
And we'll. I just have to like talk over you. I just think I'm trying to focus. I just hear like stupid sounds like you're a puppet. It's like all right. I got a track here from EhRah and I Am Boleyn, and this is a fun one. It's called Streets After Sundown. Let's do it.
Lose yourself in the streets after sundown. We are the night crowd, out to play after lights out. So lose yourself in the streets after sundown. 'Cause we are the night crowd, out to play after lights out. Lose yourself in the streets after sundown. We are the night crowd, out to play after lights out. The finish line is just ahead. Pedal to the floor instead. Car reaching overdrive, just trying to stay alive. The sun is coming up again, rising as the nighttime ends. Traces gonna fade out till another showdown. Lose yourself in the streets after sundown. We are the night crowd, out to play after lights out. So lose yourself in the streets after sundown. 'Cause we are the night crowd, out to play after lights out.
And that was Streets After Sundown by EhRah and I Am Boleyn. Is it EhRah? EhRah? EhRah.
I say EhRah.
EhRah? You know what? It could be EhRah, actually, because I think they're Canadian.
Disaffected, cynical people might say EhRah.
Yeah, I think they might be from Montreal, which means it might be a Canadian A, because we spell it EH.
You know what I'm upset about?
What?
When people say A, like A on the internet, this is a younger person thing, so I'm doing old man yells at cloud. They're spelling it with an A.
A-Y-E?
No, just A, Y. No E at the end, just A. But I feel like they're mistakenly saying I.
Yeah, like Spanish.
Or like pirates.
Is that how pirates spell their I?
I feel like pirate spelling is A-Y-E. And I feel like if you're trying to, so like let's say A, like the Fonz was saying it, I would spell it E-Y-Y-Y-Y-Y. A.
Yeah, you might be right.
A. But like every time I see it online, I know that they mean to say A, but they're saying I, matey.
The English language is a very versatile thing.
Not my English. Got him.
What is this? That was my fault.
Hey, Andy, do you have a crush on Glenn Powell? He's my new crush. I used to have the Hollywood crush on Jonathan Majors. I was like, look at this guy. He's really good at acting. Watch him come up. He's going to be the next everything. And for 2 seconds he was. And so now I'm like into this whole Glenn Powell guy.
Who's Jonathan Majors again?
Gun. Jonathan Majors is Kang from Loki.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh. I'll be honest, I didn't like Kang.
Did you watch season 2 of Loki? Because I never got there.
No, I haven't yet, and I have nothing against it.
I liked season 1.
So did I, yeah. Well, I liked it fine. Like, I didn't love it. My favorite thing was the title sequence. I like the music and I like the art. I like the art style of the show.
Did you like the last 2 episodes when it became Doctor Who? Visually, it looked like Who. It looked like green screen stuff, more budget than a regular TV show.
In that respect, it was a little frustrating because Doctor Who in the past, many years has not felt like Doctor Who to me. And so when I saw that show, I'm like, watching Loki, even the way he's dressed and the way he's acting, I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of more like Doctor Who than Doctor Who is. I mean, it was fine. A lot of people made that observation. That's just like, this is just like Doctor Who. I'm like, yeah, it's better than Doctor Who is right now, though. That's the thing that pisses me off. But yeah, no, I just I feel like sometimes I feel the laziness of entertainment journalism, like where they're just fed like press release stuff. I just felt that around Jonathan Majors. Like, I read so many reviews where just like where I would see this sentence or similar sentiment, like, he's a revelation as Kang, like that sentence, because I know I didn't make that sentence up because I would never say that. And when I watched Kang, I was like, I don't like this. It's like this cheesy, over-the-top performance that's like annoying. And everyone talked about like how good he was, and I'm like, are people being paid to say this guy's good? Like, because it's okay, but it's not a revelatory fucking acting thing. And then now we're just going to forget about him because he punched some lady, and like, it's like, well, then why read all these fucking articles talking about how revelatory his acting was for nothing?
Go on.
All right, let's listen to a song.
You keep going. No,
we're done.
I like this.
But yes, we'll talk more about Glenn Powell when we return.
Oh, Hangman from Maverick.
I got a track here from Lifelong Corporation. This is just a cool song. It's from their album Noises. This is Insecticide. And that was Insecticide by Lifelong Corporation. That was a cool song. It's brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters. I forgot to thank them earlier. The Kings of the Pattersons, Mike Shima, and Mike Erdahl, and Riley Booth. And we'll thank some more later, but they're all really cool people. And so is Mike, who I'm with right now in this emergency broadcast.
Oh.
Do you choose what he says, or is it random?
No, it's random.
All right.
I like that you picked up on that like immediately. There wasn't like, hey, what was that?
I like how your response was, no, it random. I'm going to take another sip of beer because I'm cool.
I'm having a rum tail, a small rum and Pepsi. Have you heard? I'm not sure if you heard this. All the way up in Canada, Dr. Pepper, because of their cool marketing towards the youth, has now reached the status of number 2 soft drink in America.
Really?
They knocked Pepsi out of the way after many, many, many years.
What we've been drinking lately is Pepsi Lime.
That's the new Pepsi, right?
Normally, I'm a Coke guy. I prefer Coke. We actually drink Coke Zero, which is pretty good. But then the Pepsi came out with a sugar-free Pepsi, but it has a lime flavor. And it's also really good. But now I'm thinking it was a novelty because in the past few weeks, there's been none on any of the shelves. But now they've got like this like peach flavor.
Well, I thought that Pepsi Lime was new for this year. And I think peach is new too. That's like the new trend is peach.
Yes, but the peach one
There's also
is
Coke
labeled in the store as like a limited time peach flavor, whereas the lime one wasn't, but the lime one is also gone.
Do you find them in French because you're up there? Pêche?
No.
With the triangle
No,
axle?
I do not.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, I am happy about the Dr. Pepper news because it's my favorite soda.
Mm-hmm. Do you have stock in Dr. Pepper?
Oh, I should have.
Dr. Pepper?
That's good. So it's cool. It's really cool that Dr. Pepper is number 2. And I'm also, my family is Pepsi fans. Anytime you find a birthday picture of us all together at Grandma's house in the olden albums, there's a 3-liter of Pepsi next to the cake. We're Pepsi heads. Pepsi and the New York Mets.
I don't know, man. Coke to me just is better, which makes your story wrong somehow. Is that possible? What did he say?
I think he said home.
I thought he said come.
Hey, let's think about Beverly Hills Cop. You watched it? I ain't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh.
I'm going to. I'm excited because fucking Sunglasses Kid has music in it.
And you love Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I do. As much as I love Jonathan Majors. I'm more just a fan of his lifestyle, though.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes.
I'm trying to help you here.
Let's listen to this song by Thought Beings. I've listened to it a lot. I really enjoy it. It's called Aphrodite, and it's brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters. We're talking about Brandon Decker and Randy and Dinner Dog, and I hope you guys dig this. This is Thought Beings with Aphrodite.
Awaits the sanctity.
knew I could never let it fly by. No way, obligation to let it make you try. From that moment I knew I was giving everything from inside. You know that we can give it more than we've ever known. Around the universe and more, lost in another world. Above the stars, along the dawn, awaits the sanctimony, the ritual, the warring love, a kiss from Aphrodite. A kiss from Aphrodite. You know that we can give it more. Around the universe and more. Above the stars, along the dawn, awaits the sanctimony, the ritual, the warring love, a kiss from Aphrodite. Kiss from Aphrodite. A kiss from Aphrodite. Kiss from Aphrodite. A kiss from Aphrodite.
And that was Thought Beings with Aphrodite. I'm back here with
Do you
Mike.
think Brand is a shortening for Brandon?
Brandon.
Like Brand in the Goonies? Do you think Josh Brolin's full name is Brandon Goonie? What's their last name?
I'm going to drink some more of this beer. I want to keep reminding the audience how cool I am. Listen.
What's the ABV? What's the percent?
5, I think.
Is it a tall boy or just a 12 ounce?
Tis a tall boy.
Ooh.
I'm a tall boy. I'm not a tall boy.
I'm taller than you.
What?
I'm so much taller than you that I could beat you up.
No, you couldn't. Piece of shit.
Is this what we're doing?
That was when ET would chime in.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That was really, like, it was the perfect thing to say while we were fighting with each other then. But now we've made up.
Yeah, what a fight. Here, how about this? Watch this. Ready? New segment on the show.
It's time for news. It's time for you to listen to the movie news. Movie news. Reading all the news about movies.
Movie news. This is where I go to Dark Horizons and read you the headlines.
Why Dark Horizons? Is it 2003 again?
Are you a fucking piece of shit? Movie news. You're fucking
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. They're making a Dexter prequel show. How do you feel about that?
No comment. I didn't care for Dexter. I'm not a Showtime guy.
Yeah.
I'm an HBO guy.
Dexter, I think, was fine, but it was stupid. Dexter was a show that I feel like was made for stupid people. Because, because it presented itself as if it was like a sophisticated, like adult show, but the writing in that show was so stupid and it treated the audience like morons. Like it didn't trust the audience to even figure things out or understand plot twists or whatever. Like it would really explain them, and most of the time whenever a twist was coming, they would like set it up so clearly that like by the time it happened, you just guessed it already.
So like it's a CBS procedural,
kind of like
with no commercials,
and there were some really silly performances, and that show went on way too long, and so but it had some things that were fine. Like I watched it longer than I probably should have, but it's that type of show that people who like it's their favorite show at the time and be like, you got to see Dexter. And of course, again, like you, like I'm watching like the HBO shows, and you'd watch Dexter and go like, okay, I get that it's an adult show because it's got blood and it's about a serial killer, but I feel like it's, sometimes when a show comes out that it's like you understand the pitch of like, here's the hook. He's a serial killer, but he's a good guy or whatever. And once you're done with that after the first episode, where you're like, okay, I get what this show is. And then it's like 8 more seasons of this. Like you're sort of over the premise like really fast. And then it's just by the numbers, like, and it was a really convenient show. Like every time he'd only kill bad people, but like whenever he needed proof that they were bad, he would just kind of stumble on them in the exact moment they were doing something bad to justify that they're a bad person. Like there was no nuance to the show at all. Like he'd be like, I think that guy's a ped. And then he'd walk by his house at night and like literally he just looks in the window, and the moment he does, the guy's like looking at pictures of kids or something. And it's like so convenient. Like, oh, of course the guy's doing that bad thing right in front of the window, right as you're looking in, so you can justify killing him. Like, because they have to be bad in order to be killed. It's just the way the show was. He would always find that evidence very quickly and simply. Like it was never like some clever detective work. It was always just he'd walk in their house when they're not there, and they'd have a picture on the wall that's of them murdering somebody, and then he'd be like, well, I guess they're a killer. That justifies the next half hour of this episode, And anyway, they're doing a prequel series.
Did you know that Glenn Powell he's cast in Running Man? It's fantastic news for me.
I did know that, but thank you for reminding me. Wait, here, let's talk about that.
I think I sent you the article a few weeks ago. So opinion about Dexter. It's not TV. It's not HBO. It's everything else.
Yeah. It's everything else. Okay, look, I want to listen to another song. I was sort of debating whether or not this is even like a Beyond Synth song.
Hey man, last time I played a song that came out this year.
No, that's fine. Honestly, I've listened to that song quite a bit.
That fucking retro spirit. We're all here to hear it.
It's just that it's not super like synthy necessarily, but I like it a lot. I've listened to it a lot. It's a duet between Color Theory and Minute Taker. Minute Taker, who I just had on the show a few months ago, and he's cool, and he did a little collab with Color Theory, and I like it. It's just got some nice vocals. It's a nice song that I've listened to quite a bit, and we're going to listen to it now. Just to be clear, I was recording some Depeche Mode podcast with Color Theory, and I told him that, so I'm not acting like this is some like behind his back slight, like going like, this isn't a Beyond Synth song, because I said that to him and he understands. Anyway, whatever, let's listen.
Spirit.
All right,
some people hear it, some people fear it. Spirit, some people just won't go near it.
All right, this is our last song by Color Theory and Minute Taker.
This is a last song. It echoes down these halls. It's getting louder, harder to ignore. Oh, how it haunts us, but too scared to sing the words. Sometimes I was so easy to touch. It felt so natural. Now I don't feel so much. But for a longing to prove that I am loved, to feel that connection, I'm not ready to give up. This is our last song, playing out all night long, saying our time has come, time to move on. A song about freedom, about acceptance. This is our last song, it plays all night long. We can't say we didn't try, pretend that something hasn't died. It's not your fault and it's not mine. It's just the way it goes in life sometimes. I get the feeling we're fighting chemistry. We blame each other. Is it you or is it me? But there's a comfort in surrendering control. I'm singing out now, learning to let go. This is our last song, playing out all night long, saying our time has come, time to move on. A song about freedom, about acceptance. This is our last song, it plays all night
And that was Our Last Song by Color Theory and Minute Taker, a lovely duet by some lovely fellows. It was brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters like Hugh Hefner, and in the $25 club we got Robot Conglomerate and Emil and Zach with an X. X-A-C, baby. What?
He said Elliot.
Oh.
I can't make him say the thing again. So we were talking about Glenn Powell. He's going to be doing Edgar Wright's version of The Running Man, which I've been following for a long time because that's my favorite book. And I'm happy to hear that Edgar Wright really wanted to do it the way the book does it. Because the 80s movie, and I discovered this very recently and I told you about this, I was like, The Running Man, compared to other movies like Total Recall and things like that, The Rest, it feels like a television movie.
Right.
Then I go to IMDb the second I tell you that, and I'm like, oh, okay. This was directed by the guy who played Starsky on Starsky and Hutch. Yeah. So a TV guy got a Stephen King movie and he filmed it like a television movie. Because I was saying that like it feels just like a bunch of warehouses, or maybe even one warehouse. Like The Running Man is just a series of set changes within a warehouse.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like the hockey scene and the stage scene and the train scene and it all feels like it's in the same box and they took like 15 days to shoot it.
Yes, it does have that kind of look. Like, I enjoy Running Man, but definitely of like, you know, the top tier Arnold movies, it's like one of the mid tier ones for me personally. Like, it's got a lot of memorable scenes, but it's also kind of cheap. But I do love the song. I like the
the best part is the music, I think. And that's what I think we all remember.
Is Glenn Powell like the new like hot white lead actor? Because he seems to be getting a lot of big roles.
He was in the rom-com with Sydney Sweeney and all the kids loved it. And he was in the Hitman on Netflix recently.
People like that, actually. Didn't that get reviewed pretty highly?
It was a good movie. It was entertaining. I feel like it could have been a TV show. Like, I would watch 8 episodes of that. And then I'm looking at here on darkhorizons.com, because what is it, 2003? It says, Glenn Powell up for Backdraft remake?
Dude, that guy must be happy as hell, man. He's getting all these fucking
put him in
roles.
everything. Put him in... I can't think of anything. There's a million. Put him in Speeds.
Oh, look at this. Paramount has canceled the Halo TV series.
Alrighty then.
No one liked that show, right? I didn't even watch it. I think Halo games are fun to play, but like I don't care about that universe at all.
I actually never like played the story. It was just like I bought an Xbox for $125 at a pawn shop, so I could play with my friends in the college apartments.
Yeah,
like we all just hooked up the bedrooms and the various TVs down the hallway and just played Halo for 8 hours a night.
Nice.
That game, I guess it really worked. That was like the game of a generation. Halo 2, Halo 3, the multiplayer stuff.
Yep.
Were you part of that?
No. But
no.
Well, no, because I thought the game was good. I just never owned an Xbox, and I was still on the tail end of still having my N64 and still playing Perfect Dark. And so even though I appreciated the technology of Halo and I really did like the way it played, it's very smooth, I was still slightly disappointed because I liked how rich Perfect Dark was with options. And so I was sort of disappointed when I went to someone's house to play Halo and was like, wait, you all got to be Master Chief? Like, in the multiplayer, like, you know, I came from playing a game where you could customize your character with the different heads and different bodies, and then like in this game everybody looked the same, but you know, there was obviously stuff about it that was impressive.
Was Perfect Dark the spiritual better than GoldenEye? Yeah.
Technically, it's I put more time into Perfect Dark. I know I talk about GoldenEye all the time, but I sort of mean both games when I talk about it, because Perfect Dark I probably put in actually more time into the multiplayer than GoldenEye.
You just liked that it was a woman.
No, that's what I didn't like. I'm one of these guys that get really mad about that kind of stuff.
I was setting you up to be like, boing, boing, boobies in the games.
Oh.
But you were like, no! Fucking Y chromosome having bitches. I like
your thing. Boing, boing, boobies in the game.
Hey, come on, man.
Let's listen to some music. Fucking boing, boing. I got some cool tunes here. I going from Lyst. Lyst. You know Lyst.
Dude, all of these people, not to make any sort of narrative here, but all of those people I'm a fan of, because they keep popping up on the chart because they keep releasing things this year. They're like on radars because they keep popping up because they keep putting out new things. And they're awesome about it.
Well, fucking they keep popping up just like me. Boing, boing. There's boobies in the game. We're going to listen to Lyst. This is a song called Santa Cruz. And that was Santa Cruz by Lyst. And that's a cool song. I'm here with Mike, but he just walked away for a second. So you know what? Let's do fucking birthdays. Hold on.
God, the candles light the cave. It's your birthday, your world's last week your birthday. Happy birthday, you're a birthday, I'm a birthday. What's a birthday?
It's birthday time. Let's do June birthdays. I know we're in July, but we gotta get these done. So this are my belated June birthdays. These are obviously Patreon supporters who are cool, who had birthdays in June that I did not wish them because I'm always late with birthdays. So a very happy birthday on June 3rd. Which is over a month and a half ago, to Jimmy Groon. Happy birthday to Jimmy Groon. He's a cool guy. And so is Gaz Conlon, whose actual name is Gary, and you know him because he is Honeybeard. And Honeybeard is a cool band, and happy birthday to Gaz. He's cool. Maybe I will go to Toronto and visit him. His birthday was on June the 7th. I probably should have even just wished him a happy birthday privately, but I got distracted. And then Skywolf.
You set up automated birthday things so people can fill out a form on the internet and then it'll tweet it out for them. You know, just remove all the personal touch.
So Skywolf, we talked to Skywolf last season when I did the playlist Warehouse. So happy birthday to Skywolf. That was June 12th. I hope you had a lovely birthday, Skywolf. And then there's Alex Karlinski, aka Highway Superstar. He had a birthday on the 16th. Happy birthday to him. And Jeff Harrington, aka Junk Mail Jeff, on June 25th, had a very happy birthday that I also missed. And then 3 days later, Retro Serenade had a birthday. Happy birthday to him. He's a cool guy. And finally, June 29th, the very next day, your friend Estevez, aka Jow. He's not even a patron anymore, but look, happy birthday to him, because he's cool and he was a Patreon for a long time. I like to wish people happy birthdays who are patrons, because they support the show, which keeps the lights on in the studio and keeps me drinking fucking beers like this one.
That last guy was a ghost. He's a ghost patron because he died in Mission Impossible.
I'll be right here.
That's stupid. All right, we'll keep talking, but I want to listen to another song. So I got one here from Kosmonic, and I think this is actually a remix by AU5. Is that how you say that? It's just capital A, then lowercase u, then 5. Or is that meant to be said like AU5? Aus? Anyway, look, let's listen to this. This is Kosmonic with the track Journey, the AU5 remix.
Looking at the horizon, at the afterglow, I can feel destiny calling my soul into the cosmic ocean, beyond the speed of light. A window has opened. Do you wanna go tonight? Let's get away, make a great escape, travel among the stars. We can sail away on a night crusade as I hold you in my arms. I'll lead the way, the Milky Way, so where you wanna go. But we gotta stay low. Let's go on a journey. A journey. If we go a bit deeper, we'll never be the same. Because this world around us, it's always been a lie. And we're not just stardust, there's more than meets the eye. Just follow me, and I guarantee I'll be your light in the dark. Do you trust me? Make a discovery, take a look into my heart. What do you wanna see? Who do you wanna be? All the places we could go, but we gotta stay low. Stay low. Let's go on a journey. A journey where we never have to worry no more. Let's go on a journey. A journey where we never have to worry no more. Let's go on a journey where we never have to worry no more. Let's go on a journey. A journey. A journey. Let's go on a journey.
That was Kosmonic with the track Journey, remixed by AU5, or is that AU5 or Aus? I don't know. But anyway, it's a cool song. I'm back here with Mike. We're doing a little emergency Radio Fiasco, except I've picked all the songs, and Mike has a ET toy.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
When'd you get it?
I've actually been buying these Space Ghost comics. I haven't even gone public about this. I'm still in the closet about the Space Ghost comic books.
I like going public about stuff that's stupid.
I don't know why people need to put every single thing they do online. I have to work myself up to the level of excitement to do that. I'm not a great fan. I love things, but I don't have good fandom culture in me.
I saw a guy who posted the other day that he wrote some good emails.
Is this a segue to a bit?
No, I'm backing up your idea. There's some people who post some stuff on social media where you see the post and it's just like, I'm proud of myself. I wrote some good emails. I'm like,
oh, he was proud of his own emails?
Yeah. It was like the height of unnecessary, where it was like, you could just say nothing and everyone would be happier about it.
That's what it is. It's like once you start doing stuff, then even if you're happy about it, it dilutes what your thing is online. I could be happy to never post again. It's weird because I should be posting more things as the retro dude that I am. I feel like people might have expected a little thing from me about Twisters or Speed or the 30th anniversary of Speed or whatever it is.
I don't read too many people's posts anymore. I just sort of scroll by really fast and then occasionally heart stuff.
Yeah, because also the stuff that I see that's a post about music or synthwave, it's always so negative. It's always like, how come you guys are doing it like this? You should do it like that,
Yeah.
This whole scene is fucking toxic. And I hate this person, and I hate that person.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I hate you, Andy.
Well, what'd I do? I'm a beacon of positivity.
You haven't seen Beverly Hills Cop yet. Listen, everyone go to retropromenade.bandcamp.com and listen to the Faltermeyer soundtrack. Inspired album that we made. It's not a soundtrack. All right. Have you seen the new trailer for Beetle Juice? Beetle Juice.
I did.
Does it sway you any more than the teaser did?
I'm going to see Beetle Juice because I love
your words carefully.
No, because I love Beetle Juice. It's like one of my favorite films. It's so weird. I loved the cartoon when I was a kid, so I will see the new Beetle Juice movie probably in the theater. But I know it's going to disappoint me. I talk a big game with all these legacy sequels. It's easy when I don't care to be like, of course it's gonna fucking suck. But when it is a sequel to a movie that I do care about, I fall for the same tricks that everybody else does.
I was talking about for Twisters and
Yeah.
Tron and shit. Like I'm just like, oh yeah, do it to me, like that.
Yes, and so the same thing. Beetlejuice is the same thing where I'm like, but when you do it with my franchise, and there were moments in the trailer, that first trailer, that did make me laugh. Like I do like that there's like a rubber Beetlejuice head whose tongue like sticks out and the eyeballs pop out or whatever. Like that did make me laugh. It's still gonna have the same, you see the same people saying these sorts of things like, oh, it's so cool, it's gonna be like full of practical effects, and like, it's still gonna be full of CGI. Like,
yeah, there's that scene in the trailer where he like puts his hands together and he goes on fire.
Yes, that was CGI fire, and it was pretty
totally CGI fire.
Yes, and the sandworm looks kind of like it's stop frame animated, but it almost looks to me like it's a cartoon CGI, but just at a shitty frame rate, so it looks like stop frame animation.
Yeah.
Like, it's so brightly lit.
I get what you're saying. The terror dogs in the Ghostbusters movie had the same kind of thing. Like, you could tell they were CGI, but they wanted to try and get the stop motion-y feel to it.
Yeah. I don't fall for that shit.
Yeah, you know better, Andy.
Yeah. I keep telling people, but there's a great series on YouTube that a guy did, a 4-part series. The guy's channel is called The Movie Rabbit Hole, and there's a 4-part series called No CGI is Really Just Invisible CGI. It's just a really good series because it basically just goes over it's all marketing, PR stuff. Nowadays, it's the hip thing to say that everything was done practically, but movies now have just as much, if not more, like CGI than like they ever had. But it's been a scam they've been doing for a long time. And so it's just basically just going through all the movies, even like Maverick, like that's a big one where, the PR worked and everybody's like, oh, it's all real jets and everything's all this, but that movie has like a ton of CGI jets and shit, and pretty much every movie does. But like they even go to the trouble now of augmenting like the behind the scenes footage in the case of Barbie to really sell the idea that it's a real set. Like they were acting on a real set and blah, blah, blah. Some of the behind the scenes shit, they actually there's green screen and they replace the green screen with the set so that it doesn't look like a green screen shot, even though it is, because they want to maintain that illusion that there was no like CGI in the shot or whatever.
Yeah.
So the point is that no matter what they say about practical shit in this new Beetlejuice, it's going to be fucking stuff with CGI.
Well, I mean, maybe it's made with AI too, so just to piss off even more people. I want to say that.
Listen, we're gonna keep talking, but I want to listen to a song first, and then we'll talk more about CGI because that's what Mike wants. He's all excited. You guys can't see this, but we're on video right now. Mike's like waving because he wants to talk about CGI. But first,
I'm waving hi at Andy because I'm so excited to talk about CGI.
That's right. We got to listen to this song from INTERDIT. It's pretty cool. It's called "Surfing the Sun." And I should probably say it's fucking brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters like Waylon Kasky Geospatial, your friendly neighborhood Raccoon Petey, and Ninja Foodie Master. And this is INTERDIT with Surfing the Sun.
INTERDIT's nuts.
That is not as funny as that laugh I gave, but I said you hit me at the right time. And that was Surfing the Sun by INTERDIT. And I'm here right now with Mike. This is an emergency broadcast. Radio Fiasco is brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters in the $25 club like Tron Travolta and Alex Seligson and Neverman. And a star apart. I was telling you about that YouTube channel, that CGI one.
Do you think Tron Travolta likes the Legacy Tron sequel?
Probably. If he knows what's good.
Or is he one of those guys who's like, it didn't really have a good story. I'm so sick of that thing because like the story was really great, and by the time you make it to the end where the dad is sacrificing himself so the kid can get, you're already tearing because like everyone's tearing up. It's emotional.
I agree with you.
Anyway, so back in like 2006-ish, 2007, I was following, I don't even know who it was, but they would point out CG, maybe they might even have been an artist. I think they were pointing out shots in TV shows that use CGI that you weren't even paying attention to. So it'd be like a house on Wisteria Lane in Desperate Housewives, and then the rest of the neighborhood is like completely fake, and you wouldn't even realize it. And also logos on buildings.
Yes.
Like instead of it saying like Chicago County General Hospital, it'll be like whatever hospital that they're at, like Mercy Hospital or something. They go out of their way to like erase the old logo and then put the new logo in there. And if you pay attention to it, or I guess once you start looking for that and like that's in your brain, you'll see it in like every TV show. You're like, oh, that logo looks fake. Oh, that background looks fake.
I mean, they're pretty good now.
They are good now, but like back in, 2006, 2007, when Lost was still on the air, CG stuff was still, it's like that thing of when the cartoon character is standing next to, like in the Scooby-Doo cartoons, the painting, and the background like looks kind of grayed and matte, but the painting looked like vibrant.
Oh, yeah, with like the object they interact with is on an animation cell.
Yeah, it has like super color.
Yeah.
Like CG was still in that phase in 2006, 2007.
The worst versions, but it didn't matter just because it was comedy, but like Seinfeld, like whenever they would do like the sign thing, it was so bad, which always blew my mind because that show had a gigantic budget, but I guess it all just went to like Jerry's check. But like,
yeah, I was gonna say it just goes to the producer.
That's what I always love is like Seinfeld. Again, it was like the top show had this huge budget to pay for like all the actors and stuff. And then whenever they would do things like go to watch movies or you'd hear TV shows, it always sounded so cheap and shitty. Like there's one episode where he's like watching Looney Tunes on the television and the cartoon music that's coming out of the TV is so ridiculously phony, like cheap sounding, not Looney Tunes. And whenever they would go to movies, it never sounded like a real film. Like it was always just these cheap.
That's like in any movie or TV show that was like, what are you doing? I'm playing video games. First of all, why is the parent asking what the kid is doing?
Yeah.
And then the video games is always some kind of Tiger handheld thing where it's just bloops and bleeps.
Yeah.
Like it's like that stuff, and it's like, couldn't the same music guy who you have do the stuff has access to just sound effects? Couldn't he just make you a custom video game thing for 4 seconds? Because you only need it for 4 seconds.
Yes, dude.
It's always the same like CD version of like.
The worst. I still have to go through watching the Sopranos because I started, but my favorite thing from season 1 was Tony goes downstairs and his son is playing Mario Kart on the like N64, and Tony grabs a controller so he can play with him, and he holds it like a gun. So he basically just had his finger on like the center thing with like the joystick. So like clearly you can't play Mario Kart like that, and. It's just an awesome example of, and I think the other one must have been just an obvious joke, but in the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, they're like playing Mortal Kombat, you know, Paul Rudd and...
You Know How I Know You're Gay?
Yes, and they're playing with two different controllers, like one of them has an N64 controller and like the other one has like a PlayStation controller or something, and it's like... They're clearly not playing the game or whatever. It makes no sense. At that period of time, I don't think the tech existed. You could do that now.
I was just about to say, like, you could get one of those
adapters
and just,
Yes.
But not in 2007. It wasn't that ubiquitous.
You know what, though? Maybe there's going to be some nerd that's going to say, actually, fucking they did sell those at the time. I mean, obviously now you can hook up USB anything.
$49.99.
Yeah.
Actually, they're probably that much right now. Either way, it's something I'm not going to buy. It's too expensive. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what does, though, is listening to cool music. So let's we should probably wind down too. The whole point of this emergency episode is that I have something I can put out quickly because
your favorite movie, The Crow, has a new thing out.
Oh no, does it?
I think so.
Oh. I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to this. I'm listening to
totally
this.
Stopped you in your tracks.
Listening to this this track by Adrian Starr, who this just popped up in my playlist the other day, and I dig this song because this guy made really like sort of legitimate sounding like new wave tunes. I don't even think he makes music anymore. I went to look at his links and like they were all gone. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess maybe I'm like the only one left in the world who has these MP3s. But here's a track from Adrian Starr, brought to you by my awesome Patreon supporters like Restless Nights and Honeybeard and Ken Giroux in the $25 club. This is Adrian Starr with In the Dark.
This time you're shaking in the cold. There's nothing left for you to hold.
And that was In the Dark by Adrian Starr, which is a cool song, and this has been a cool show. I've been here with Mike. I want to thank him for joining me for this emergency episode. Thank you.
I had poop on my shirt.
Yes. His baby shit on him.
It was a very frustrating day. She shit on me twice.
I can top you, but I don't like... I have a story that's really, really gross.
I'm only like 6 months in. There's going to be some more shit.
Okay. Can I tell you a gross thing?
My cousin was holding his baby sister. I keep thinking about this. I'm just waiting for it to happen to me, where she was like maybe a year, maybe a little older. He was like, woo, and putting her up over him while he was laying down on the couch, and then she vomited directly into his mouth.
That's exactly what I was going to tell you happened to me.
Yep.
I bought some Amazon Basics pants.
I was going to ask you, what stuff did you get from Prime Day?
I feel really bad because I am part of the problem. Right? Like, I'll literally read an article the same day. Prime Day's horrible for the staff. They get fucking run over by tractors, and then people just have to dance around their corpses to fucking get the boxes in on time. And then I'm on Prime looking at the Prime deals like all day. Oh, lightning deal. Oh, I can get a cooling pillow.
Did you get the cooling pillow?
I'm not going to tell you what I bought.
Oh, you tell me what you bought.
I'm like, no, tell me what you bought.
That's this fucking segment. You tell me what Andy bought.
Listen, Andy's got to go. We got to go, man.
Come on, Angie.
Next time we talk, you and I are going to watch the movie fucking Roadhouse remake and do a movie commentary, and that'll be for patrons.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it at all, but I'm going to rewatch the 80s one just so I will have context.
The last time I think we talked about this, I don't have like all the love for the other one. To me, it's just another movie, but there are people who love Roadhouse as much as I love, like, you know, Beverly Hills Cop or something.
Yes, Roadhouse was never one of my particular movies either, but lately, like I've been saying, just because I like a lot of new movies just have that cheap digital look to them, that I am finding I'm appreciating even some of the movies I didn't love when I was younger, appreciating them more. And so sometimes it is nice just to see like movies shot on film with real stunts. And so sometimes I find myself going back and watching a movie like Roadhouse and actually, you know what, actually this is pretty good, you know, because it's real.
I agree all the way.
Yeah. But look, thanks for joining me. I know this was an emergency session.
That's our tease. We're going to tease the next time Mike comes on. We're both going to have watched the original Roadhouse.
Yes.
And then we're going to sit down and record while we watch the new Roadhouse.
Yes, but that's going to be just for patrons. That's a patron watch along. Because I don't think Patreon flags stuff for copyright, so I might even just throw the video up too with just our audio over it so people
DJ for you. Twitch is now like, DJs can't do stuff because they're going to have to pay the artist or something.
Ooh.
I haven't looked into it, but it sucks because Twitch was the last bastion of place that did not cut you off while you're DJing.
Right.
Mixcloud is cool because it's like they work with the DJ labels, the house music labels, so you're allowed to do that kind of stuff, but Mixcloud is not a place that everyone is at.
Right.
So your traffic is a lot lower. So people want to DJ on. There's a girl who, blondish. She was like 500 followers when I was watching her a few years ago. And now she's playing festivals and she's headlining stuff. And I'm really happy to see that like a Twitch DJ who I appreciated, I watched her because she was good at it and her song selection, like she made her way into the real world. And then her channel just became like a platform for other DJs to DJ. That's what you need to do. You need to like have guest podcast hosts in the Beyond Synth network, like the Earwolf thing. Have a Color Theory podcast about how much marketing you put in and how many stats you get back.
How about no?
Have a Shirobon podcast about how to emulate PlayStation aesthetics.
How about no?
Have a Ron Jeremy podcast where Andy talks about how much he thinks that he's a role model.
I've got a lot of cool role models. I like Ron Jeremy. I like Bill Cosby. I like...
I'm hoping you name me. Even if I was in their company, I would be happy to know that I was one of your role models.
Well, if you get started now, what do you need to do? Like roofie like 80 women or something? Like what do you need to do to get to their level?
I don't know. Let's not talk about this.
Isn't this a nice way to end the show?
Well, I just thought about Jonathan Majors. Like, he only needed to punch one lady.
Yeah.
Then his Hollywood star fell.
What a world.
This is why I don't want to talk about this. Like,
anyway, listen.
I'm sitting here feeling gross.
All right, well, that's the way.
That's a great way to end the podcast.
That's the way I like my audience to feel all the time. Tune in and just feel like a fucking scumbag. Anyway, listen. Thanks for tuning in to Beyond Synth. This is the best synthwave chat show there is. And I hope you're all having a lovely day, because I know I am. What? That was actually perfect.
Beyond Synth Radio is produced by Andy Last. Check the show notes for more information on the musicians featured on the show. Beyond Synth is made possible by listeners like you. Consider supporting Beyond Synth at patreon.com/BeyondSynth. Thanks for listening.